February is almost here, and with a new month means a lot of PS4 games, and some of them are going a little bit under the radar, so I want to highlight that in today's video. Specifically, 6 so-called hidden gem PS4 games that are coming to the market in February. So without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's start off with a rather interesting horror title in Infliction. Out February 25th, Infliction is an interactive nightmare, a journey into the dark secrets of a fractured home. Wander through the heartbreaking remnants of a once happy family, piecing together clues and trying to atone for past sins, all the while a malevolent force dogs your footsteps, seeking violent retribution. In the game, you are not alone. Something else has remained in this house, a being of infinite grief and rage. While you hunt for clues, it hunts you, waiting for its chance to unleash its anger on you. Can you survive long enough to find atonement? The game notes a warped reality, explore a realistic, interactive suburban house that gets more fractured and twisted the deeper you go. Piece it together, read letters, find diaries, and examine the precious mementos of a broken family to understand the terrible events that led you here. Almost too real, the story is grounded in real-world domestic tragedy, the fears and hurts that we all know. Broken heart, betrayed trust, grief, and loss. You've got light and dark. The power of the Unreal renders a photorealistic environment with dynamic lights and shadows that can dazzle you or plunge you into darkness. And choose your challenge. Standard difficulty will occasionally point you in the right direction, but in hard mode, you will be on your own. The game was released on PC a while back in October of 2018. It got a very positive reception over there, 200 Steam user reviews, 83% positive on that, and it's not getting a lot of attention with it making the transition to the PlayStation 4. Wanted to give that some attention, as a lot of you horror buffs out there, this is going to be a game right up your alley if you're into more psychological games. Infliction is probably going to be a game that you really enjoy. Alright, next up we have Zombie Army 4 Dead War. Hitler's hordes are back for more in the spine-chilling shooter from the makers of Sniper Elite 4. Abominable enemies, epic weapons, and a harrowing new campaign for 1 of 4 players await in 1940s Europe as you fight to save humankind from undead Armageddon. It touts a shocking new campaign. The resistance have defeated zombie Hitler and cast him into hell, but the dead rise once again with greater hunger than before. Continue the alternate history of Zombie Army trilogy in huge new levels and uncover a sinister plan that takes the Survivor Brigade across Italy and beyond. Fight the forces of darkness in corpse-riddled canals, survive a zombie zoo, and journey to the dark, inexplicable places no person has been before and live to tell the tale. Award-winning gameplay, experience the genre-defining ballistics rebellion made famous in the Sniper Elite series and put it to good use against the shambling hordes of the damned. Upgraded kill cams and dismemberment, the X-ray kill camera returns. As they know, watch in glorious slow motion as bullets, bombs, and more destroy bones and organs in X-ray. Marvel as your bullets tear off a rotten limb or two, and shiver as the dead keep coming. Deep progression and customization, build the Slayer that suits you as you rank up. Fancy yourself a Guardian Angel, take damage for your teammates. Like that turret so much, why not take it with you, then kill in style as you unlock new outfits, emotes, and taunts. You've got killer melee in there as well. When the dead surround you, fight back with enhanced melee combat, barge through crowds, stomp on the heads, and dispatch the living dead with fearsome takedown moves. You've got epic weaponry in there as well. Harness the power of fire, lightning, and divine essence to upgrade your guns at workbenches and create homespun Hellraisers, an assault rifle that shoots lightning, a pistol with a flaming bayonet. Anything goes in humankind's last stand. So obviously this is definitely a game that you want to play with a couple of friends. Yes, you can go in solo, but you're gonna have the best time when you do have a group of friends playing the game with you. It is a little bit pricey at $49.99. However, for a high quality cooperative experience, I do think this one's gonna be a lot of fun, and it drops relatively soon on February 4th. Next up, here's a game that we recently just got more details on. While Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed, you can check out a different Cyberpunk title in 7th Sector, which notes, welcome to the 7th Sector, set in a mysterious cyberpunk world. Immerse yourself on this intricate path, solving different puzzles, facing its dangers, and collecting scattered information to discover the story of the world. Gain control over several different characters, each with its own abilities, which can help you navigate world's devices and machinery. Some of the choices and actions do determine the final outcome in the game, and it notes varied and unique puzzles. Control several characters that are all unique and offer a little bit of something different, and a branching system of 4 different endings. The game's got a pretty cool art style to it as well. Released on PC back in March of 2019 and received rather well. Very positive reception with 308 Steam user reviews, 80% of those being positive. While Cyberpunk 2077 is the standout Cyberpunk game, with that seeing a substantial delay, hey, if you want a fix for that Cyberpunk genre, 7 Sector is going to offer you something rather interesting, and it will be headed to the PlayStation 4 on February 5th, so pretty close until the release of that. Next up, how about another horror title? We've got Dawn of Fear. Dawn of Fear is a game that definitely invokes that element of horror, and if you want a horror title, this is probably the one to get. If you want something a little bit more psychological, I think Infliction is going to be the title for you in February, but who cares? More horror games is a great thing, and in Dawn of Fear, you play as Alex, a young man who sings to draw and always carries his notebooks. He decides to go to study fine arts away from home. The family lawyer receives a call from Brian telling him that his stepmother has taken her own life. As the only living family member, he goes to the family home to fix the papers and bury his stepmother. Once at home, you will discover the necromancy studies that were being done there, explore, solve puzzles, and manage your inventory to survive. And the story of Alex is riddled with tragedy. His mother died when she gave birth to him. His father carries on with his life and married again. After some time, Max is born and becomes Alex's stepbrother. One day, returning from Max's training, they suffer a car accident. Alex, Max, and their father were traveling in the car, and only Alex survived the accident. And after a time of mourning, Alex manages to rebuild his life, but his stepmother does not, and ends up in a psychiatric hospital. 3 years later, again, he receives the letter that his stepmother has died and decides to return to the family home to pick things up. And obviously, things go wrong, and you are thrust into this horror experience that, again, really embodies that element of horror. A decent bit of mystery here, and it looks rather interesting from a visual standpoint as well. Again, February looking to be a pretty reasonable month for horror fans. You've got Infliction, you've got Dawn of Fear, and Dawn of Fear is out very soon on February 3rd. Next up, we have Pawarumi. Pawarumi is a modern shoot-'em-up set in a retro-futuristic sci-fi pre-Columbian universe. You'll take control of the almighty ship Chikaru and its 3 unique weapons. Shoot wisely to either do double damage, heal yourself, or charge your super attack. This game released on PC all the way back in January of 2018, got a very positive reception. 31 Steam user reviews only, but 93% of those were positive, and a lot of positive reviews for this one as well. If you're into shoot-'em-up titles, this one definitely has the flash, it has the style, and it's noted to be coming to PlayStation 4 sometime in February, although we don't have an official release date. It notes inaccessible to the simple press of a button, Pawarumi offers you 3 different weapons and 1 super attack to rain divine fire on your enemies to protect you. In your intense journey, a shield will automatically trigger when you're about to be hit. It will annihilate any bullet around you. True to the shoot-'em-up genre, that shield is powerful but depletes very quickly, so you'll still have to be rather careful. The game's features notes unique artistic direction set in a unique pre-Columbian inspired sci-fi universe presented in full 3D, allowing glorious cinematic staging, 5 unique levels throughout the game all around the world and inspired by classics from the 1990s pop culture, 3 different difficulty levels, each with a different story ending, so that's rather interesting. Trinity game mechanic, 3 fuse mechanics that enable infinite strategies, weapon mastery, scoring system, build up your own scoring strategy with careful weapon juggling with no long-standing combos to maintain scores, will never be frustrated. Are you ready to challenge the top of the leaderboard? You've got dynamically layered music with an electro metal soundtrack to boot. So again, this one's supposed to be dropping sometime in February. Unfortunately, no official release date, but hopefully we hear about that soon. And lastly, I do want to make mention of the fact that One Punch Man is making a transition to video games, as One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, will be dropping on February 27th. The first One Punch Man game finally makes its debut. Dive into dynamic fighting game experience with beloved characters from the first season of One Punch Man. Play as your favorite hero or become one. You can create your own hero and choose your own set of powers and abilities, so that's rather interesting. And you got dynamic 3v3 fighting featuring events as seen in One Punch Man, such as meteors and other heroes. One Punch Man is one of the more iconic anime these days, and I'm sure the fact that it's making a transition into gaming should be a relatively big deal. However, I haven't heard too many people talk about this. If you're a fan of One Punch Man, I don't know if this is one that everybody's going to jump out to buy on day one given that $59.99 price point. However, maybe your fandom runs deep enough that you will spend the $60 and at the very least want to add to your wish list and maybe pick up down the line when it does see a little bit of a discount, but that'll be dropping February 27th. So that's going to conclude this video. Again, in any given month, we've got so many new game releases that some of them just naturally fall a little bit under the radar, and I hope I was able to bring some of these games to your guys' attention. Infliction looks like a really cool horror title. Zombie Army 4, if you got a couple of buddies to play that game with, that'll be great. 7 Sector for those of you looking for a cyberpunk experience. Dawn of Fear, another compelling horror title. Pawarumi for those of you looking for a shoot 'em up, and then One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows for those of you guys that are a fan of One Punch Man and you'll want it in video game form. Now is your opportunity. That's gonna to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.